So hi and welcome to the channel. It is the time to update about Wonderland because October already. I think that I'm gonna make separate videos from November about Wonderland and Gods in Heaven. So Gods in Heaven, we're gonna have a separate clip, and Wonderland, what I wanted to say, that has 717 stitches in length, and I think that I have half done. So now I'm flexing and I will show you what I have done this month. I could use a standard for hand for steady filming because I'm keeping the phone in my hand and I try to not to tremble. So this is the left part that it's almost done, like in almost to the 50 stitches mark, but I have plenty of stitches made some randomly, and of course the thread barf, and here is the sky, and here is the mark of the middle. Indeed, I don't have here nothing stitch, but here I have some spots. Here I have the most of the stitching done, and with that left part, if you put it there, it is half done. So yeah, I'm so very glad, and it's not even close to the end of the year. So this month I missed the mountain, so I returned to the mountain and stitch all of almost, because I have this left side, and here is done, and stitch all around. Here I have some buildings, and the building here is quite done. Here is a smaller one, and here is another temple or something like that. These are some stairs, and let me of course the light and the phone doesn't do justice to the colors. Of course this gonna need some washing and ironing too. I'm very happy that now I see that I have half done. If you're remembering, I had some spots here that were with problems because they put the mark for the 50, but the symbol were for 49, and when I watched the chart, indeed was 49. Another problem that I'm seeing, and I'm thinking that I should solve it like this. So if you're seeing this line, this is a random line. I'm very confused. I'm using the photo too, and I don't see the relevance to be that line there. And how do you say it, clarification, that 50 color is like shade of this one, I think, and with this other yellow, light yellow, won't be any difference if it is there or not. So I'm thinking that Here I'm gonna stitch with the 49 and ignore all of this line. And 49, here it is 3823, the MC code. I'm very glad that I stitch every day on this one. Of course, sometimes I'm very tired or I don't have the time, or sometimes toddler don't let me sit a moment. You kind of see that in the last videos when I made that floss tube and she was all over on me. But after a while the kids are growing up and starting to ignore us, so I'm taking the attention from her without complaining. But there are some people that are not liking that you can't hear her or see her. But I'm not mad on that people. Okay, let's see Gods in Heaven and stitch on that too. And I still have some threads from Wonderland, and I have the extras too, but in the basket. I wanted to show you that in the future I will need for these huge projects to use something, anything else but cardboard. Not cardboard. I need anything else. It is broken down in the middle where are the threads, and I almost how to say it, I'm almost lost my threads. I have some plastic ones and I have some bobbins, wooden bobbins too, and for the Gods in Heaven I'm gonna use that. So let's stitch. So here it is, Gods in Heaven, 250 by 125 centimeters, very full image. And from now on I will use this one. I have here a part of the threads. If you're watching this stuff, you know that I have problems with 38565, aka I don't have it all, so I'm picking all the leftover threads from the other kits and I'm putting in this one. And you're gonna need for this big stuff, I'm not using frame, I use beeswax, I use a threader and a cutter tool, or if you're having a scissors, is very good. And of course it's 14 count needles and thread and so on. Let's start this to unfold it. This time I'm stitching 300 stitches for this month, because until I'm finishing Wonderland I will stitch like 300 or something like that, and the next month I'm gonna stitch 400, and I'm gonna see when I'm gonna reach that stitching limit until I'm done with Wonderland. That is my idea, to pick them up. I want to stitch this one because it's very heavily bleeded, and Of course, it would be easier to send it back, but it is taking too long to even have it. So let me grab the stuff closer, and let's choose for today 44, aka that's gonna be the 3865. I have some stuff already here, and stitch 300 here, something like that. Let me search my needle. Where is my needle? Here is my needle. And you should know that this canvas went through a lot because arrived very late. We almost thought that the seller thought that I sent it back, but it was not the case. And we were tracking the package and was found somewhere. I don't know where, but it was found, and luckily they sent it to me. But you kind of see it was moisty, and something happened on the way because it was bleeding. Symbols are not clear now. I'm not very happy, but I'm not sending this back. But if I'm getting something like this again, I will wash it with my hands. I won't even budget. So I'm preparing my thread, and we leave this one here, and the rest is gonna end here on the floss drop. I don't know if it's from Temu or AliExpress. Three, 8, 6, 5. I'm pulling my thread, my first strand, and pick the ends, and pull it through the needle here, and I have this loop. Give it a small waxing, and now we're gonna start. So let me put this on my lap, all these things, and some zooming too, of course. So let's start it. So how are you? How was your day? What's in your mind? What are stitching these days? Do you have any progress? Let me give you some light. So if you want to share something with us, there's a Facebook group on public mode. This you can join freely. The Crazy Cross Teachers and Monique is the name of the group. And please share with us what are you stitching. We are gonna appreciate your anything you're posting, as long as it is not an ad, or if you are posting something that you recently bought from or purchased from any site or something like that, please give a photo with also with your progress. No spam, no ads, just your own work, or crafting if you are having something to craft. You are very welcome. I did purchase some needles this week, but this needle isn't from that set, and I'm too lazy to go in the kitchen to pick up a new needle. So maybe I should try harder to stitch with this needle, because it's not poking, it is not sharp at all, but I need to figure it out with this 14 count canvas, how to stitch it more efficient. What you are not seeing on camera, because I'm not using a frame, is that under the canvas how I'm holding my fingers. And I will show you now if you're having any doubt. So now when I'm poking the hole, I'm with my fingers I'm keeping the needle with my fingers, between my fingers. So sometimes I'm poking very hard my fingers, but this needle is pretty good, so I could be more brave. And in the same time, with the same fingers, I'm pulling the canvas to the left and to the right to have like an even, if I'm stitching, I would have even stitches. It's like a mini frame, but with my fingers. My first thought to stitch this canvas was to have 50 by 50 50 stitches squares to stitch at a time, and then go to the next 50 by 50 stitches and stitch on that. But I'm gonna see in the future how many confetti like spots I'm gonna have. For now, for the easiest way to stitch and have some progress, I need to do the big spots with the big blocks of the same color. And you kind of see if I'm having 45 colors is not such a great big number for this canvas, but don't get me wrong, even if you have 100 colors, it won't be easy to stitch with 100 colors. But if you are having a good blending of colors, you can do the same with 45 colors. Of course, with 100 colors are gonna be some details that you cannot make with 45 colors. Of course, this is something obvious. And my thread is it's too short now. It's shorter than, but I still stitch until I'm reaching this end of the row, and I'm gonna finish. I'm working on the vertical lines. So this is the right part of the canvas, and I'm going in the same direction to the left side with my stitches. So the canvas will be always facing me from the left or from the right side of the fabric, never from the up or from the bottom part. It is easier to fold it like this for now. I already waxed my thread and I'm starting a new. Guess what? They are not replacing me yet at my job. The guy that was planned to replace me is gonna be a team leader. I'm very glad for him, not because I'm gonna stay in the same place, but I didn't know that I applied for a quality control job in the same company, and my boss was not happy with that. He actually heard that I want to go to the quality control from HR. I didn't know that I should not skip him. But he said if I want to go to quality, then he's gonna talk to the quality patriarch. I don't know how to say it. It's another boss. I had some dreams that I was climbing a hill, and some mud and earth and snow was running down the hill, and I was climbing and laughing through this, even if I was on my knees, and I was laughing like crazy. But it's not a good thing when you're laughing in your dream, because you're gonna end to cry. But I was climbing the hill. I didn't give up. I didn't give up a single moment, and I was still climbing on my knees, on my hands, that hill through the mud and snow. And I woke up because it was time to go to work. And before that, before learning that I'm the guy who's supposed to replace me is gonna be a boss, a team leader, I had another dream. This time was a nightmare almost, because I was dreaming that I'm pregnant and I have um, two babies, and I had a miscarriage and lost both of them. And it was pretty real, the feeling. I kind of felt the movement of the babies, and the nightmare came true, because that was the time that I was talking with my boss that I want to go to quality control, and I'm still at the same machine now. So neither I was not neither in quality, neither on the first machine. Now I'm a secondary machine, and I made some big sacrifices to learn, and this is how I knew the people surrounding me, how they act. Yes, it's a man world, and they don't care about women, just pretending that they are knowing us. Some colleagues were commenting that it's better for you to go from the second machine and leave somebody else to work there, but it is not so easy. And now the good thing about this guy teaching, learning from us how to work that with the machine, is that he saw that it's not such a easy thing to work there. It's very cold in winter, and we are still November. It is not the full winter mode yet. In January and February was quite cold, and I had a jacket from Michael that he didn't use, so it was very helpful to have that. And of course, I'm also calling out people because I'm that with being nice. And I was calling out people because I said, okay, you think that it's very easy here, an easy place to work, but there are some easier places. Why are you gossiping that my work is easy? If you're not knowing all the facts, what's happening beside the smiles and laughing. And this guy approached me and said, now you're happy that you're staying and you're not moving from this machine. I said, I'm not quite happy, I'm not mad either, because I was trying to go to quality control, so it leaves me speechless, this situation now. So if you're wanting to help me or something like that, talk with the patriarch and say to him that I want to go to quality control and give me a thumbs up to go. I started to hate that machine. And of course, I'm pleasing people just in the work manner, like, and in rest I'm calling all them out. So I think that a new update about this I'm gonna have just in January. Of course, I'm now open to other work opportunities. Because if they are treating people like that, I don't feel that I deserve that treatment. Okay, I don't like this cutting. I will use the scissors. So, scissors, my golden scissors. It would be nice to have a golden scissor. This canvas will gonna eat a lot of thread. Let's wax it really quick and stitch. I have two more threads from this, two more strands from this thread. But I'm thinking that I should stitch this plus sign, green plus sign. I think that I have 100 stitches. Let's check this really quick. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yes, like 100 stitches. I'm breathing heavily because I'm still coughing and my nose is running sometimes. Toddler is better now. Not fully recovered, but she is fine. And Michael, my oldest son, started to sneezing this morning. He's at his grandma for the weekend, and toddler is returning after she's getting her afternoon nap. Next week I'm gonna be on morning shift. I hate to, no, hate it's a really powerful and big word. I don't like to wake up that early in the morning, but after having to do almost 1 hour drive to the work and almost 1 hour back from the work, it's better to get up early, to arrive earlier in in the afternoon, like I'm waking up at 4 in the morning, 4 by 4:44 no, 44, what I'm talking about. 4 and 40 in the morning, and arrive at home at almost 15 o'clock. So yeah, it's better to be early than sorry. And it's the traffic, it's the bus stations, because the bus is not coming just for me. We have bus stations, we have small towns to go through, almost like villages. And the traffic, about the traffic, I had to say that it's gonna be harder and harder, because Christmas is near the block. In the supermarket, they are full of Christmas decorations already, and I bought better now than later, and be sorry because I didn't purchase at the right time. And I purchased another plastic Christmas tree, because the old one is broken. I had another Christmas tree, but that had some problems with the branches, and I didn't like it. But we are not throwing that apart, we are keeping that like an option. We'll see. We have where to put that too, so it's not a big tree. It's not a big tree, as we have the decorations. We are using that stock of decorations from year to year, and being so small, we kind of every year you can choose another color. It's not so big deal, because we have our stock. And of course, until Christmas, all the cheap versions were gonna be sold. And I saw some decent plastic Christmas trees that I said to Michael, to my son, these Christmas trees are like the true trees, like, but they don't have the smell. Indeed, they don't have the smell. The pine cone trees smell, but this like a true one, genuine Christmas tree. But the price was too genuine and true. Like over 100 euro, and or almost $100 USD dollars. For me, that kind of tree at that price, it's expensive kinda, but you use that tree multiple years from now on, and you're not cutting a tree from the forest, so everyone is happy. Let me just 2 minutes to blow my nose. This is so much better. One strand is shorter than the other one. I will try to this canvas to not have so much bark threads. It's better on the long term, because I'm not stitching too much on this one, you know. One day I had a spider in this canvas. Of course, it's cold outside and they are trying to find some warm places because winter is coming. My nose is itching. I think I'm gonna argue with somebody. This kind of superstition or saying in my country. If your nose is itchy, you're gonna argue with somebody, or somebody gonna whoop you. This was the saying when I was a kid. In this East Central Europe part, parents were parenting like rough. It was a tough love, always. If you want to know, I'm Romanian. I'm from Romania. I live like pretty close to the Ukrainian border. So let me stitch one more, and this time I'm gonna stitch this plus green sign, and it's a baby, not baby, quite pale pink, and we'll call this for today like done, with almost 300 stitches. And where is the picture? Now I'm stitching, I guess, something. This is the big how do you say it? I want to say window, but it's not window. I don't remember. When you look on the sky, you have the sun and the clouds. Okay, thank you. I heard you through the screen. I don't need to laugh too much because I'm always coughing my lungs out. I can't wait to stitch on the gods' faces, how they are gonna turn. I think that I bent my needle. Sometimes when I'm having difficulty to stitch a regular stitch, I make the first leg under the second leg. I saw that at some Chinese manufacturer, that you can stitch it by that. The shorter the thread, the quicker you stitch. Did I told you the story with the devil that had a bet with a peasant? No, not a peasant. He was a teacher who is teaching faster, and the devil took a thread so long that he who put the fabric on the floor, and he jumped to the the window back and forth. Instead, the stitcher was having a 60 centimeters long thread. Stitch with that very fast, and took another strand, and so on and so on. Meanwhile, the devil was jumping back and up the window to pull the full length of the thread. And of course, the stitcher was winning the bet. Oh my god. Another strand is longer than the other one, and I didn't see that coming. And I will cut this because it's too long and it's annoying me. And I think that's it is for all, because I need to go to edit this clip. It is long enough. I'm still stitching this thread because I don't want to have that staying around until next month. And this is what I'm gonna do then from November until I'm done with Wonderland. I'm gonna have a separate video with Gods in Heaven, because this is so big that deserves to have here the own series. So until next time, make what makes you happy, stitch whatever whenever you can, and until next time, you have all my kisses and love. Bye bye.